It's time for Oskaloosa basketball on the Mahaska Zone Network. 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN, 104.9 FM KBOE, and all over the world at KBOEradio.com and RadioKMZN.com. Oskaloosa boys and girls basketball versus Pella Christian is presented by Mahaska, Fairway Stores, Mahaska Drug, Brown Shoe Fit, The Satellite Guy, Craig Ford, Penn Central Mall, Bank Iowa, Wendell Campbell State Farm Insurance, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Pella Regional Health Center, Slumberland Furniture, TD&T Financial Services, Pella Printing, Community First Credit Union, Gardner Collier Jewelry, Robert Ald Investments, Lighton State Bank, Musco, William Penn University, Fred's Muffler Shop, Dr. Tom Bowie, Clow Valve Company, Oskaloosa Area Chamber and Development Group, Bruxford's Decorating Center, and Van Gorp's Used Auto Parts. It's time for Oskaloosa to take on Pella Christian in boys and girls basketball on the Mahaska Zone Network. 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN and 104.9 FM KBOE, and all over the world at KBOEradio.com and RadioKMZN.com.
Boys game getting ready to start between Pella Christian. A lot of polls and around the state thinks this is one of the three best teams in the state, maybe number one, coming off of a state tournament appearance last year without one of their big guns, and David Kakmarinsky. He's back, but Oskaloosa's back as well. And after a very impressive showing, a huge 40-plus point win against Fairfield, we have ourselves a game that a lot of people think is going to be extremely close. Now, realistically, Pella Christian's been there, done that, won games. Oskaloosa's still trying to figure out what their identity is, but there's still a lot of curiosity and a lot of excitement from the Oskaloosa standpoint.
Well, it's interesting, Emery, to watch this program and the steps they're making. This is our first little Hawkeye game of the year tonight, and Oskaloosa, quite honestly, has been the doormat in the conference. So they've went from losing games by 25 and 30 points 2 years ago to 10 to 15 last year. Tonight, and they got an upset win here at Pella Christian last year. So they're looking to take that next step in the conference and start to be a team that people have to reckon with.
One of the best players, not only in this conference but in the state, is Levi Jungling. He's a point guard. He can shoot it from anywhere. He can pass it from anywhere. He's a pest defensively. He just does a lot of things, and he's going to be what makes, even with Kakmarinsky, Levi Jungling's going to make this team go. How does Oskaloosa approach this game? I know you have players like Spencer Tucker who we're trying to see how much better he's going to get defensively. He's not going to be guarding Jungling, I can assure you of that, but you're going to have multiple bodies. You're going to have to give him multiple looks, and you got to hope he's off his game shooting the ball because he can fill it up when he's on. Yeah,
there's a lot of interesting matchups tonight. Oskaloosa is going to come out with Tanner DeCock on Jungling. He's going to do the best he can. I look for him to run Nunnekoven at him some, and Ryan Yates did a nice job last year. Ryan's length at 6'3", 6'4", gave Jungling some problems. So that's one of the matchups. The other one will be who can handle Kakmarinsky. Is Jared Cruz going to be the guy? Are we going to have to put Jack Moore on him? Is Oskaloosa going to stay in a man? Are they going to go to zone? So there's a lot of variables tonight that we're not real sure about.
X factor for me, Alex Pringle. Make sure Alex Pringle is in your heads because that is a big-time shot maker that gets overlooked all the time because he plays with Levi Jungling and David Kakmarinsky. We'll be back, have the starting lineups, make sure you know what's going down as we get ready for what should be a fantastic basketball game. Oskaloosa and Pella Christian boys right here on the Mahaska Zone Network. Welcome back in. You are listening to us on 99.5 FM, AM 740, KMZN, 104.9 FM, KBOE. You're also watching a high-definition stream on KBOEradio.com. Now, that stream, we've had some issues throughout the night, but our problem seems to have been resolved on our website, KBOEradio.com, if you want to watch high definition before this boys' game starts. We're still working on the MCG part of that, so if you're trying to check us out on MCG, hold tight, but if you go to our website, KBOEradio.com, you will be able to watch our high-definition stream. We have the two teams getting ready to have their starting lineups announced as Oskaloosa on the road facing the Larry Hessing-led Eagles of Pella Christian. Cole Henry had a big 23-13 game with 5 assists as well. What an excellent first game for him. He's going to be a big factor tonight. Let's go ahead and see the starting lineups as they are announced right in front of you. Spencer Tucker on the floor. Jack Moore, who also had a fantastic first game, scoring 18 points. Good to see him back to his aggressiveness. Junior Tanner DeCock. He's going to have the jungling assignment early. Cole Henry. And, of course, Jared Cruz, who we expect will be, at least in the early going on, David Kakmarinsky. So those are the 5 for Oskaloosa, the same 5 that started the other night. And we'll be seeing plenty of bench guys. Xavier Foster, of course, the highly touted freshman, along with Andy Sterner, Tucker Nunakoven, Ryan Yates. Lights are off. Cool little thing they do here.
Sure is. This is exciting tonight. We about have a full house. It's almost playoff atmosphere here.
There's Pringle. The Pringle man, Alex Pringle, hit some huge shots in the state tournament. You can't sleep on him. He's going to be a player. Kendon Veenstra, a senior. Graham Howersile, also one of their shot makers from last year's ball club. I made it to state, made a deep run, finished 3rd. There's Kakmarinsky, and indeed Jared Cruz shakes his hand, so we would expect Cruz and Kakmarinsky. That's a skillful big man matchup as Levi Jungling, Player of the Year candidate, and he and Tanner DeCock. They're going to be lined up on opposite sides. It feels good. It feels good tonight. And by the way, if you're wondering, the Eagles, I don't think you're going to see a more senior-laden team than this one.
I was going to mention that a little bit ago, Emery. Pella Christian has all but 1 or 2 on their roster are seniors.
They have 12 guys listed. They do have 4 juniors listed. But of those 4 juniors, you might see maybe 1 or 2 of them. It's all seniors after that, including the 5 that are starting. As Osky wins the tip, Jared Cruz to DeCock, over to Tucker, to Jack Moore, and we'll see how this thing goes early. Here's Henry down low, little left-handed lay-in over Kakmarinsky for the first 2 points of the game.
Nice slip screen by Cole Henry. Good pass from Moore. Oskaloosa jumps on top, 2-zip.
Here's Kakmarinsky outside, guarded by Jared Cruz. Moore guarding Pringle. Pringle drives, leaves it for Jungling. Jungling guarded by DeCock. Howersile down low to Veenstra. A little pump fake gets Henry, but DeCock just takes it away, drops down, never saw him there. And he'll pull it back out.
Just about an over and back there, but it wasn't.
He knew where he was.
Nice job by Tanner helping out on the drive there.
Veenstra didn't even see him there. Tucker outside, gets it over to Cruz. Cruz dribbles into the middle, picked up by Howersile. Tries to get it to Moore, knocked away by Kakmarinsky, and he gets the steal. Back the other way comes Pringle, picked up by Jack Moore. Kakmarinsky looking for Jungling. DeCock with him all the way.
Jungling is a bull. He is constantly moving. He's got his hands full. He's going to try to keep the ball out of his hands, but he's going to be susceptible to some back doors. So we got to help out on that.
Tucker deflected the Howersile pass out of bounds. Right back. Here's Jungling. Draws a foul in a little up fake. And 1.
Nice inbounds play by Pella Christian to free Jungling on that. I think he threw the ball in, and then he came around up the middle of the lane off of a screen.
The Osky crowd chanting overrated. Playing with fire, folks. You're playing with fire. Ball loose, and they're going to say a jump ball to Cock and Hauersile, and it goes to PC on the jump after the missed free throw by Jungling. Yeah, that's
here it is again. They got Levi throwing the ball in, and they're going to pick for him right when he throws it in.
No, but he's actually going to come to the top, and they're going to fake it. Kakmarinsky pump fake, and they're going to a little hand check foul on Cruz.
Boy, we saw this the other night. The referees are really calling that hand check tight.
How do you like the overrated chant to Jungling at the line?
I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that at all.
Yeah, me neither. Veenstra underneath, and the Cock again drops down, and Veenstra is going to have to be looking for 30 when he drops down, because that's the second time he nearly took that away. Gets the jump ball back to Oskaloosa.
Good job again by Tanner helping out on the big fella.
Tucker comes and gets it. A little bit of full court pressure, not super pressure, but making him work for it. Henry outside right corner. He wants 3. Hits it.
Nice stroke by Cole Henry there.
He's got the first 5 for the Indians. They lead at 5-2. 6:20 to go first quarter.
Good job by Jared Cruz hedging on the ball screen there.
And getting back to Kakmarinsky in time before the pass got there, but Kak still goes at him and gets the 2.
Kak got a little deep on him there, but Jared did a good job jumping out.
Bad pass by Tucker right to Graham Hauersile. All the way down, but it lost ball, and Cruz will pick this one up. So the team's throwing it back and forth. Jack Moore throws it right to Alex Pringle.
My goodness.
All right, so now Jungling, that's off the mark, but Veenstra, nobody there boxing him out, goes back up with it, no good. Henry pulls down the rebound.
Let's go, guys. Make some good passes here.
Here's Tucker, and he dribbles it off Henry's foot.
3 turnovers in a row for Oskaloosa. 2 bad passes and then dribble the ball off his leg.
Rough shot play for about 30 seconds there. 5-4, Osky a 1-point lead. PC walks it up. Try to slow the pace of this one a little bit. Hauersile outside guarded by Tucker. And Tucker put both hands on him. Doug, you say it all the time. You just can't put 2 hands on the guy. It's an easy foul.
Well, you can't. You can't put 2, and I think that's what they're signaling is 2 hands. So they will let you get by with 1 once in a while, but not 2 ever.
Hauersile over to Jungling. Jungling wants to go baseline. Tough pass is caught by Kakmarinsky. DeCock tries to close out on Jungling for 3, but he nails it.
Yeah, he got caught guarding Kakmarinsky, and he knew exactly where he was going with the ball.
5:15 left. 7-5 is the score. Tucker to the high post with Cruz. Going from left to right, the Indians in maroon. Nice drop-down pass from Moore to Cruz, who finishes.
Nice looking play by Oskaloosa. Jack coming off the screen. That looked good.
Jack Moore's a pretty good passer himself. Very good passing big men for Oskaloosa as Tucker gets a piece of the pass. And that's a steal. Going the other way, here is Moore. A reverse lane, can't finish it. Looked as though, as Cole Henry's going to pick up a foul on the rebound, looked as though he thought somebody was coming behind him, used the rim as a protector, but he probably would have been just as good to go up on the right side of the rim.
Well, or come to a 2-foot jump stop, power the ball up, and then you get fouled. And you got a chance for a 3-point play.
First foul on Henry after the rebound by Pringle. Here is Jungling. 7-7 our score, 4.5 left in this first quarter. Veenstra finds Hauersile. Hauersile, a little 15-foot jump shot, leaves it short. Rebound is loose. Tucker lost it. It's going to be grabbed by Pringle. Thought about the 3. Dribbles into the paint. Blocked by Henry. Grabbed by Moore. And they're going to have it out of bounds. It'll stay here. But Henry, man, he has looked like a real player the first game plus here.
He is looking really good again tonight. Jack's got to calm down and make some nice passes. He's got careless right there with a one-hand pass. And get back to some basics here. Jackson
Flagel, walk on. And he'll replace Veenstra.
Flagel's a really physical player for PC.
He's going to rough up Cole Henry a little bit, possibly. DeCock gets the inbound pass. We'll get it to Tucker. Well outside, guarded by Jungling. High post, this is Henry. Henry will face up, take an 18-footer. That's just long. Long rebound, still loose. Still loose. Jack Moore will pull it out. Here's DeCock to Henry. Henry travels. A little bit of that shuffle step before he does anything.
Well, we're racking up some turnovers. Is that 4 for the game?
5 on my count.
5 already. We're only halfway through the first quarter.
4:03 left. in the first quarter. 7-all. As the team's feeling each other out here in the early going. Second game of the season as Jungling steps back and buries a three.
Yeah, I think Tanner slipped on the floor there, and Jungling took advantage of it.
He's pretty good. Good handles and a smooth-looking shot. Jared Cruz behind the black dribble. And they're going to start traveling on Henry again. That one tougher to detect, at least from my eyes. Caleb Rosa comes into the game.
Here we go. We talked about this in the beginning. They're bringing on some length with Ryan Yates, and Tanner comes out of the game. Jungling's got eight points already.
Cade Vandermolen also comes in for PC, a junior. Jungling picked up by Yates, who just entered. Over to Kakmarinsky. 10-7, Pella Christian. Vandermolen to Rosa to Jungling. Jungling looking for Kak. Now we'll try to take Yates off the dribble. Goes to the paint, off the glass, can't get the finish. And Henry gets the rebound, and we'll clear it for Oskaloosa. Here comes Tucker. To Moore.
Traveled.
Yep.
Holy cow, guys. Come on, let's get this 7 turnovers.
Lifting that leg. You talked about it in the girls' game with Holmberg. It's just you got to establish the pivot and then put it on the deck before you start moving. 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Jungling over to Vandermolen. Giving it to Kakmarinsky outside. Cruz staying with him. Up and under, can't get it to go. Kakmarinsky back up, gets the rebound, splits defenders off the glass, no good. Flagel the rebound. Kicks out to Vandermolen. They'll rotate it. Jungling wide open for 3 left wing. No, again. And the rebound again taken. Rosa from mid-range, no good. And eventually, Henry gets it. No worse for the wear, Oskaloosa. Moore behind the back. Left-hand layup. What a finish.
Beautiful behind the back by Jack Moore there. Nice out. Get it out and run out by Henry.
That was outstanding work by Jack Moore in the fast break. 10-9. Here's Kakmarinsky. Cruz playing good D. Rebounded by Henry. Tucker will walk it up. Jungling will pick him up. He gets a screen. Now he'll drive, get it to Moore. Over to Cruz. Cruz from well outside the arc. Leaves this one short. The rebound comes out to Tucker. He'll fire a 3. And no good. Rebound Flagel.
Tucker got a wide open look there and
started drifting back. He thought it was good. Yep. Just off the mark. Can't ask for a better look than that, though, from your best shooter. Rosa over to Jungling. Jungling looking for Flagel. Gets it to him.
Let him shoot, Cole.
Here's Kakmarinsky. Back to Flagel. Flagel from about 10. In and out. Rebound loose, and it's off Kakmarinsky to Oskaloosa.
You want to you can let Flagel shoot. Don't foul him. Don't just leave him alone and let him shoot the ball.
Going to have to keep Henry fresh throughout this one, so he'll exit. And it will be Xavier Foster making his first appearance tonight. A highly touted freshman. We expect to play between 8 to 12 minutes. Depends on the situation.
Okay,
Cruz.
We talked about this. Pella Christian man-to-man full court press. When we set the screen, we got to roll back to the ball.
Cruz nearly has it knocked away, loses the handle, eventually gets it back and gets it to Xavier Foster. Foster from way downtown, just off the mark. Wow, you want to talk about green light, and they're going to get Scott Haveman, who just kind of put his rump into Moore as he chased down the loose ball. Yeah. Xavier wanted to make a splash as he makes his debut in front of a road crowd for the first time.
He's got to be smarter than that. That was a 30-footer, 25-footer.
Hey, he sees Spencer Tucker taking those shots all the time. Inbound pass comes to Cruz. I'm just saying, it's not like he's the only one taking those shots. Here's Moore outside to Tucker. That element of loose cannonness Oskaloosa possesses. It's just a wild card. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. As Rosa comes over the top, knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, Oskaloosa sets a ball screen. When Jared sets a ball screen, and the ball goes past him, he needs to look for that thing to be kicked back at the elbow and hit that shot.
Here is Tucker looking for an inbound. Finds Cruz, guarded by Haveman. Down low, here is Foster off the glass.
Nice shot by Xavier. Good entry pass from Jared Cruz.
Such a good passer. That is the most underrated part of his game, just his ability to pass him and Cole Henry both. Here is Haveman in the corner. Osky by 111-10. Down low. Nowhere to go for Haveman. Blocked by Moore. Rebounded by Tucker. Here we go the other way quickly. Underneath. In. It's good.
No, he did not touch the ball. Unbelievable call here. He did not touch the ball. The referee underneath did not make the call. They missed this one.
It's a foul. That would wipe the basket. And it'll be Tucker to the line. The foul is on Rosa.
Okay. Well, that's the ball when it did go in.
So, yeah, you are taking – yeah, the referee who made the foul call did not consult with the referee under the basket. Coach Parker wandered to midcourt, got escorted back, and he said, yep, we know. We'll take care of it as Tucker misses the first. So that turned into be a game-changing foul as Jungling will get a 46-second rest. Pringle back into the game. 5 fouls whistled early on Oskaloosa. That's just the second team foul so far off PC. Second foul shot, around and out. Tucker misses both. So it went from a potential 3-point play to nothing for Oskaloosa.
And you won't see that very often. About a 90% free throw shooter misses 2.
Pringle, Vandermolen, out to the top. Have him in. Rosa, he wants 3. In front of Tucker, no good. Long rebound, Moore. He's hustling, 1-on-3 though, and he'll settle it down. Gets it to Foster. Foster rises from the right wing. Short. Moore, a good rebound in traffic. Up fake, a good one. No good, but Foster again the rebound. Goes back up, no good. Cruz out of nowhere the rebound, and is fouled. Look at the effort on the offensive glass. What a great job on the offensive glass by Oskaloosa.
Foster, Moore, and Cruz cleaning up after that. Got fouled on the glass. Xavier Foster looks good tonight. This is physical. This is little Hawkeye basketball.
That's the one knock on him early. It's just how physical can he be as a 14-year-old. So far, so good down low as Cruz at the line. 14.8 seconds to go, and he misses the first. Not that being physical doesn't take some toll out of you. In a physical game, shooting numbers aren't going to be very good.
That's 3 missed free throws in a row.
By 2 guys who are pretty reliable from the line. Osky still leads it by 1, 11-10, 14.8 left. Cruz back to the line one more time. On the way, no good. Moore tipped it, couldn't control it. It goes out of bounds. Osky wants it to stay their side. It was pretty clear. It hit Jack.
That was a good call.
Yeah, it hit Jack's arms, both of them. Nunnekoven into the game. That's a body Jungling will be seeing throughout the game, but Cruz will go out 0 for 4 at the line the last 2 trips for Osky, but they have a 1-point lead, 11-10, 8 seconds to go. Pringle brought it up. Rosa looking for Kakmarinsky, gets it to him. It's Nunnekoven on him. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Pringle's got to fire. He will at the horn, in and out.
Oh, my goodness.
11-10, back and forth, sloppy, ugly, physical, but we're still feeling pretty good about it. 11-10, Oskaloosa with a 1-point lead. We'll go to the second quarter after a quick break here on the Mahaska Zone Network. It is 11-10. Oskaloosa by 1 as they come out of the huddle. And Pella Christian, Levi Jungling, 8 first quarter points. The only other 2 scored by David Kakmarinsky. Nobody else able to help the offense. It's Jungling, Hauerzile, Kakmarinsky, Pringle, and somebody else is going to have to come out there.
Yeah, Jungling got loose a couple times. One time Tanner got caught or was helping out, guarding Kakmarinsky. He found him wide open. The other time he slipped on the floor. But Oskaloosa's tall lineup has affected this game and affected PC underneath.
Pella Christian, number 1 in a lot of polls in Class 2A to start this season. As Kakmarinsky working on Nunnekoven, a little bit taller, and goes up. Good defense by Nunnekoven. Henry back in the game, gets his 5th rebound. He'll dribble it up himself. He's got good handles. He'll step to the top of the key. Working on Kakmarinsky. He'll pull it back out, and I think he wants a guard to take over. He'll give it to Yates. Yates will start the offense. Osky by 1. High post. Here's Henry on the right corner. Over to Moore. Moore goes baseline. Up, underneath. Reverse layup. Can't get it to go. The tip out goes to Jungling. I love that he's going after it. Just got to finish that. Hauerzile left corner for 3. That's off. No, it gets the roll.
Boy, did he get a friendly bounce on that one.
Graham Hauerzile. He is a shot maker as well. You can't ignore him because he will make open looks. Here is Henry. A lot of contact, and they're going to say a traveling violation instead of a foul. All sorts of hand and leg fighting between Henry and Kakmarinsky. After 7 turnovers in the first 4 minutes, Osky didn't commit one the entire last 4 minutes of the first quarter. There's one there, though. Here's Pringle, makes more miss. Good pass to Kakmarinsky. Got away with potentially a foul. But the lay-in for Kakmarinsky, he's got 4. 15-11 now PC. Here is Henry. Henry finds Yates, mid-range jumper. That's nothing but net.
Nice shot by Ryan Yates coming off the screen, hitting it at the elbow. Beautiful, beautiful in-motion shot.
Here's Hauerzile looking down low, ball kicked by Tucker. Yates is just that kind of player that as he continues to develop, he's going to be a real problem.
Yeah, he did not hesitate on that, and I like to see that. He come right off of there, and he was putting it up.
Tucker exits. DeCock back in. A little bit more length for Oskaloosa, a more defensive-minded lineup. Kakmarinsky bounces out. Nunakoven right there. They get it to Jungling, a good screen, and he airballs the 3. My goodness. Don't see that all the time. There's going to be a foul on Pringle, reaching in on Moore as they go down the floor.
And there's something that we really need to do. Jack needs to get the ball down to the corner and then cut through and look for the ball, and then we can also pass it back out.
Nunakoven comes to the paint, draws contact, and they're going to call him for a travel. Yep. There's a lot of contact there, but all of which was initiated by Nunakoven on the drive. And I like that call because I don't want offensive players just to go running into people and drawing foul calls. Yep. I appreciate that more than just a ticky-tack foul down there.
Yeah, and he was standing there.
Yeah, and he didn't move at all. Up and under he goes, and he scores there, does Kakmarinsky.
Kakmarinsky's got too much size, it looks like, for Nunakoven.
A little too much height, and he is round as well. He is a big boy. Here is DeCock, guarded by Hauerzile. He goes on the drive, kind of loses his feet. They'll call Hauerzile for a little trip foul. .5:53 to go first half. Cruz back in quickly, and you called it. He's going to have to be in the game as Nunakoven started to... Kakmarinsky was making his presence known on the other end of the floor.
Tucker's a heck of a defensive player, but there's just too much girth there.
A little bit short on the hook shot from Henry, and the rebound pulled down by Vandermolen. Here's Jungling. Over to Vandermolen. Finds Hauerzile. Open 3 right corner this time. That one's long. Rebound to DeCock. He'll slow it down and let the offense get into the front court.
Now, usually with this lineup,
nice pass.
Usually with this lineup, Yates will be playing the 1 and DeCock will move to the 2.
And Yates gets a great pass assist there to Henry, who finishes with the left hand. 17-15 PC by 2 with 5:20 to go in the first half of play. Here is Pringle, right wing, looking, guarded closely, goes cross court to Vandermolen. Vandermolen, an up fake, goes underneath. DeCock pokes it away, but Vandermolen's able to get it back. Jungling runs Yates off a screen and misses wildly again. DeCock on the floor, but eventually it's Henry who's going to get the rebound and push it up the floor. Hard pass finds Yates after a tip. He's off line to the left a little bit, and they're going to get a little bit too much contact from Moore going up over the top with Vandermolen.
Well, and once again, we went with the cross-court pass. It got tipped, but if we drive the ball down below the free throw line extended and then look for the cutter through or reverse back around, we'll get a better shot.
5 team fouls on Osky. That's just the first on Moore. Fouls yet to become a factor for anybody. Nobody has more than 1 on either side. Here's Kakmarinsky, guarded by Cruz. It's a much more favorable lineup for Oskaloosa. Kakmarinsky trying to pivot, finds Hauerzile, hits Jungling at the top. Jungling now drives, no look pass to Kakmarinsky, working on Cruz, good defense, giving him the baseline, goes up, tough shot, no good, Henry the rebound.
Pretty good defense. Jared's got to be a little firmer with his hips in there, though.
And Henry all the way wild, no good. Pringle the rebound, sorry, Doug.
And not let him get that deep. He's backing him in too deep.
Pringle will dribble it up, and he's going all the way, off the glass and good. I told you, remember that name. Parker not happy with the defense on that play, 19-15, and he wants the 30-second timeout. I'm going to tell you this, Doug. In a game like this, we've seen a lot of possessions where it's been just a 2-man game, and it's not worked for PC. It's going to take a Pringle. It's going to take a Hauerzile to start hitting shots, and that could very well be the difference for PC if they want to hold this lead.
Yeah, it's it's a 4-point game right now. Oskaloosa, in all honesty, has to feel pretty good about that with all the turnovers and 5 or 6 of them have been travels.
Yes.
So it's not like they're forcing us into turnovers. We're just traveling.
We had that 30-second span early in the first quarter where both teams were just intercepting each other's cross-court passes for a while. Both teams kind of settled it down with the passing game since, as the Indians have the ball underneath. Full court pressure being shown by PC out of the timeout. Cruz gets it to Moore. Moore gets past Hauersile, and he's off to the races. Here is Moore all the way for the slam!
Nice. Jack takes it up, posterizes the PC defender. The crowd's on its feet here at PC.
Oh, my goodness. He had no regard for anyone as Pringle the other way. Same shot, same result. The teams exchange 2-point baskets. My goodness. Henry goes over to Tucker. Tucker in the paint. Little floater. Quick trigger. No good. Jungling the rebound. Jungling will dribble it up. Yates picks him up. Jungling puts on the handles. Gets it to Pringle. Pringle made the last 2 baskets. He takes more off the dribble. Picks up the dribble. Over to Haveman. Now Hauersile. Back to Pringle. Pringle looking for Veenstra down low as Kakmarinsky not in the game. Back to Pringle. Good defense by Henry, not allowing any sort of angle for the entry pass to Veenstra on the block. Gets it over to Jungling. Jungling guarded by Yates. Nice spin move. Henry, the help defense, not enough. That's a special player.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do about that. Henry helped out. He just kissed it high off the glass.
Veenstra's going to pick up a foul on Henry as Henry goes strong off the glass.
One thing that I've noticed is Jungling has looked to drive on the taller Yates, but Yates is able to lay off a little bit, and Jungling's not confident pulling the trigger because he can reach out there and possibly block it.
Henry's first foul shot is short. 0 for 5 to start this game for Oskaloosa, shooting free throws. DeCock back in. He will supplant Yates for now.
I'm not real sure why we're doing that, but Yates did a good job in there shooting the ball and playing defense while he was in there.
Haveman and Pringle both exit. Kakmarinsky and Rosa in the game. 2:59 left, 23-17. 6-point lead for PC. Second foul shot from Henry, good. First free throw make, they're off the schneid, is now Henry will get another rest, playing a million miles an hour, and Xavier Foster will get some work on Veenstra inside the paint.
Okay, I like this lineup. Xavier's not the best defensive player right now. He's guarding a guy that's not a real offensive threat. So let's see if Oskaloosa can make some hay here.
Hauersile, bad pass, but Kakmarinsky's able to grab it and get it over to Jungling. Guard it closely, trying to set a screen, good hedge. And Jungling picks up the dribble, finds Kakmarinsky, pump fakes the 3, gets Cruz off his feet, runs over to Cock, and it's going to be a charge.
There you go. That'll wait Tanner, way to slide in there. Now you saw Tanner guard there. He did get a little hand check on there, but he didn't have 2 hands. He only had 1 hand on him. So if you don't alter their direction, they won't call that single hand check.
They're going to pull back the press. Tucker will bring it up for Oskaloosa. 2.5 to go first half, 23-18. Osky down by 5 with the basketball. By the way, Cole Henry, 8 and 8 so far in this game. Here is Cruz. Tough hook shot, around and out, can't get it to go. Rebound Rosa.
A little bit of a force there by Jared. Kakmarinsky had pretty good position on him.
Jungling, trying to lose to Cock, unable to. Gets it to Kakmarinsky, over to Hauersile. Kakmarinsky, they're still looking for Veenstra inside, but Foster now doing a great job. Is this taken away? And a foul on Rosa after the steal by DeCock.
And we got to buy with one there. Jared Cruz has got to, and you heard me say this in the Fairfield game, he has got to be in his back pocket, Kakmarinsky's back pocket, on that Jungling ball screen as he's going to pull up and hit that 3. Jared caught about 5 foot behind him that time. We got a break.
DeCock was 7 for 7 at the line in the first game against Fairfield earlier this week. He goes to the line for 1-and-1. First one up. It's good.
You shouldn't.
What are you talking about?
Did you say?
I didn't say nothing. What are you talking about? I didn't say anything. Second one up and good. See?
Don't say it.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay, here we go. 23-20.
2 minutes to go first half. Pella Christian with the ball, leading by 3. Here is Rosa to Vandermolen. Kakmarinsky now takes over as the down low man. Jungling working on DeCock, out to Rosa. Rosa right corner 3. That's long. Rebound Cruz, and he wants to run. He's running. Little Euro step off the rim, no good. The rebound bounced around, still loose. Rosa tried to save it, but throws it out of bounds.
Good job by Xavier to keep the ball alive, and Tanner going over there pestering him in the corner and made him throw it away.
Yep, it'll go down as a team rebound for Oskaloosa as Foster will come out and Nunnekoven back in. PC's running pretty small right now as well.
This would be considered a small lineup for Oskaloosa with Tucker, DeCock, and Nunnekoven in there at the same time.
Here is Cruz, post to post at the high post. 15-foot jump shot left short by Moore. Rebound Jungling. And he'll bring it up.
Got to pick him up early. You need help on the drive.
DeCock is there. A little give and go. That's a great play by Cruz, putting the foot out there because Jungling had a step on DeCock after the pass on the give and go.
Yeah, he is going 100 miles an hour, Jungling, and Tanner's got his hands full out here tonight.
Under the hoop. Again, Jungling, he is the inbounder. Looking for a cutter. Instead, he'll just get it to Howersile, guarded by Moore. Little backdoor action. What a pass from Rosa to Kakmarinsky.
Beautiful pass.
Wow, he just left that. That was beautiful by Rosa.
That was.
Good backdoor cut as well, and a good backdoor pass there from Howersile. That's just good all around.
Traveled. Gosh darn it.
You called it. 10th turnover for Oskaloosa. It's only the third in this quarter.
Unforced errors.
25-20. The first half of this game is going to be lower scoring than the girls.
Yeah.
It was 30-25 on the girls' game at halftime. Would you have guessed that?
No.
Here is Howersile. Good position by Kakmarinsky. Easy finish.
Nope. Oh, my.
Gives it back to Jungling.
And then he fouled.
Oh, the three gets a high bounce and goes in.
Shame. What a turnaround in the game.
30-20. DeCock all the way looking for a contact. No contact called. And nobody touched the ball. Back over. The Osky crowd not liking that. No call. 30-20. A quick 5 points in about 5 seconds.
Who hit that last three?
Jungling. Jungling got the steal on the inbound, and then Nunnekoven got away with what could have been called a foul.
Yep.
25 seconds left, 10-point lead.
Tucker's got to get his head back. He's mad. He's looking to foul right now.
Here is Jungling. Get it back out to Vandermolen. 13 seconds. Here's Kakmarinsky working on Cruz. Gets it to Jungling. 9 seconds left. Guarded by DeCock. Over to Kakmarinsky. Got knocked away by Nunnekoven and then kicked out of bounds by Cruz.
And then we get knocked the ball away and then we kick it out of bounds.
3.9 left. Cruz will exit. Henry enters for the last play. Henry a little bit more length for Kakmarinsky, who's going to be one of two guys who could take this last shot along with Jungling, who's inbounding. 10-point lead for PC, 30-20. Inbound comes to Kakmarinsky. He's guarded by Nunnekoven. Catch and shoot fadeaway, no good.
Over the back.
And over the back as the horn sounds by Veenstra. And Cole Henry will get 2 free throws to end the quarter.
Yeah, Pella Christian.
Or 1-1,
They have a couple different inbounds plays for Jungling. You got to really watch out because that was the second one.
This is a 1-1 technically, so if he misses the first, there's no time left to play. He's just going to get the one foul shot. That was a second foul on Veenstra. First one up, it's good, so he'll get the second one. He's got 9 points and 8 rebounds in this first half. Second one up, short. Not a good free throw shooting half for Oskaloosa, and they find themselves down by 9 after a little spurt by PC to finish the first half. 30-21 PC. We'll take a break, come back with a halftime show after this on the Mahaska Zone Network. Welcome back. We are live here at Pella Christian High School, halftime of the boys' game, the second game of our doubleheader, and it is 30-21. Pella Christian, a nice little spurt at the end, outscoring Oskaloosa 20-10 in the second quarter. But this is a very competitive ball game. It's just a couple of lapses, some unfortunate turnover calls that Oskaloosa just needs to kind of rein in. Otherwise, this has been a very fun and competitive first half.
Yeah, Emery, you mentioned it earlier. You're playing against 4 or 5 seniors for Pella Christian that have been to 2 state tournaments. You can't come out and turn the ball over 11 times in the first half and then shoot free throws 4 for 10 and expect to be ahead. Now, the difference between this year and a couple years ago, it's a 9-point game. 2 years ago, we'd be down 25. And we've shown some lineups that we can make up 9 points. We just got to buck down on the defensive end. We did pretty good, had a few backside lapses towards the end of the half, but for the most part, we've done a decent job.
One thing that Oskaloosa has to hang their hat on is the fact that it's really been just the 2 guys that have hurt them in Levi Jungling, who has 13 first-half points, and David Kakmarinsky, who has 10 first-half points. 7 other points combined. Graham Howersall hit 1 3, and Alex Bringle had 2 little hook shots as he went into the lane. That's all the scoring that Pella Christian has done. I feel like that's going to happen a lot this season, but they have a lot of guys that'll body you, a lot of guys that'll battle for rebounds, and one thing that I'm interested to see is Cole Henry had an excellent first half. Can Jack Moore kind of get back in the swing of things? Not heard from a lot. Jared Cruz had a solid first half, but need a little bit more on the offensive end, and it just seems like it's very stagnant on that end of the floor when they get into the half court.
Well, it's been kind of a helter-skelter first half offensively. You're right. It doesn't look smooth. Ryan Yates did a nice job coming off on the elbow and hitting a nice shot, but it just hasn't looked real smooth on their cuts and their screens right now. They got to set good screens. They like to slip screen with their 2 big guys. One big guy sets a screen, and then he slips to the basket right away. So they did hit that a couple times and did a good job on that. But to win these games like this, you got to play defense and you got to rebound.
Playing defense and rebounding is going to be vital for Oskaloosa as they continue to try to come back here as they trail it at the half. The score currently 30-21. And if you missed our first game, you missed what was a very interesting first half, but Oskaloosa eventually succumbed to a big run in the third quarter by Pella Christian, and Pella Christian was able to pull out the score 63-44, a 19-point win over the Indians. So Pella Christian's girls 4-0 now. A team on the rise. Osky's girls now 1-2. We'll have the second half of this game as PC, one of the best teams in Class 2A, tries to stave off an up-and-comer in 3A, the Oskaloosa Indians. Halftime score, PC 30, Oskaloosa 21. We'll be back after this break with more halftime and the start of the third quarter after this on the Mahaska Zone Network. Welcome back. Third quarter getting ready to begin. 30-21 is the score in favor of Pella Christian. A little spurt at the end there. And if you are just joining us, you're listening to us on 99.5 FM, AM 740, KMZN, 104.9 FM, KBOE. But more importantly, you're watching our live video stream on KBOEradio.com. Check it out. It is awesome, and we're going to make sure that all the bugs are going to be worked out as the season moves on. It's a new endeavor. We're figuring it out, and hopefully you enjoy it. Doug, did you think this was ever going to happen?
I didn't. To be able to broadcast or show away games is an unbelievable thing to me. I think it's a great service to our community. The fans can join in. We want people to come out to the game also when we're at home, but to be able to watch the Indians on the road, outstanding job by KBOE tonight and Rick and all the guys.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work to set this up and get it going.
Oh, man, and we were pushing it, but we made it. We got it here. We fixed some bugs, some kinks. Dan Witkowski, Dino Landucci running the cameras, doing a lot of other things for us. Our director tonight is George Henry. Also like to thank Doug Hoskins helping us out from MCG, our executive Rick Watts, and then, of course, my brilliant play-by-play color commentator, Doug DeCock, who's soothing Oscaloosans with the vocal cords.
It is not in a very good mood right now.
Are you ever in a situation like this?
You know what? Actually, during games, I'm not. I've been this way my whole life.
30-21, Osky has the ball to start the half. Spencer Tucker, Jack Moore, Tanner DeCock, Jared Cruz, and Cole Henry out there for the Indians. DeCock's got it. They hit Tucker. Tucker, a pump fake, will step into it. Nope, lifted the pivot foot. You're lifting the foot. You lift the foot, it's a travel. You don't even have to put the foot back down.
Yeah, Oskaloosa come out with a set play there to get Spencer a good look for a three, and I thought he was going to pull the trigger there, and PC was able to jump out quick enough.
Much like jungling against Ryan Yates, just not sure he could get it off without getting it tipped. Jungling's got it. He's out there with Graham Howersile, who he just hands it off to. A little three-man action with Alex Pringle, who has it. David Heckmarinsky and Kindon Veenstra, the other two players out there for PC. Howersile's got it, guarded by Tucker, gets a screen. Looking for jungling, a little backdoor cut, he gets it. Couple of big steps into the lane and lays it off the glass and finishes.
And there's the back cut. Tanner's trying to overplay and deny him the ball. You're going to get some back cuts on that, and he got one right there.
Henry from the top of the key wants three. That's long. The rebound pulled down by Howersile, but knocked out of his hands by Moore. It'll go to PC.
And that's not the kind of shot we're looking for. We're down 11. Don't panic here. Let's get back in there.
Just takes a little 6 to 8 point spurt, which can take all of a couple of minutes, and this is a new game. There's a nice little three-man game, and then a traveling violation. Good defense stepping up. Jack Moore and Jared Cruz saving what was almost a carbon copy of the previous play.
Well, and we got a little bit lucky on that. Jack's got to recognize his guys over here. He's got to slide over and help until Jared can get back there. We got a break there.
Henry drops it down. Cruz on Kakmarinsky. A little spin move off the glass and good. Good touch. Jungling will walk it up the floor as the teams exchange a couple of twos the first minute 20 here of the second half. Third quarter action, 32-23, PC the 9-point lead. Howersile on the left wing as the Eagles shooting at our right basket. Gets it to Jungling, guarded by Tanner DeCock. Over to Kakmarinsky, outside the arc. Gets it to Pringle. Pringle switches the dribble over to Howersile. Howersile into the paint. Rises over Tucker. Long. Rebound pulled down by Cruz. Tucker quickly ahead, finds DeCock, left corner three, good.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Get the ball down below the free throw line. If they come out and guard you, you dump it in or reverse it around. Great job by Spencer Tucker getting the ball to Tanner for the three.
6 minutes left, third quarter. Jungling gets by, tough shot, no good. Thought he was fouled. Veenstra, the offensive board, fouled and he finishes. First points of the game for Kindon Veenstra, and he picked a good time after Oskaloosa had 5 quick straight points. But now he gets a chance to answer with a three-point play of his own as the foul was whistled on Cole Henry. That's number 2. First player in the game with 2 fouls, not named Kindon Veenstra. Free throw up and short. Henry the rebound.
Good. Jack, look for the ball that away.
Here is DeCock outside the right wing to Henry, top of the key. Back to DeCock.
Oskaloosa a little bit confused here on offense, what set they want to run. Here's that slip screen.
Instead, Moore takes it all the way, hangs and hits.
We should be able to run that all day long.
He's got 6. Yeah. He's got 6, and that was a great screen, and he beat his man off the dribble, hung in the air to get a good shot off the glass. 6-point game, 34-28 PC. Eagles got the ball.
Veenstra using a lot of elbows out there.
Jungling a little backdoor cut. Good find from Kakmarinsky, and he lays it in for 2. He's got 17. He can finish with both hands, too. That always helps. Here's Tucker outside the arc. Henry at the top of the key has it. Jab step. Gets it to DeCock. Gets the roll.
Nice cut. Tanner noticed he was overplaying the cut. Went back door. Laid it in for 2.
He's learning what he's happening to him on this end and doing it the other way as well. That's how he got the open 3. Ran to his spot and ran off his man. Garden jungling, and they're going to call a foul. That's pretty cheap.
He falls like that. We talked about it last year. He lands and then he falls down.
Well, what he did that time was he threw both of his knees high in the air, so there was contact, but it was all initiated on the shot.
Yeah. He kicks his feet forward, so you hit him. You're not buying it, are you?
No, I'm buying that as he banks in the free throw. But what I was reacting to was the overrated chant going on in the Oskaloosa student section again. This is just not the guy to be saying that stuff to.
No.
Makes the second.
And I'm telling you, last year I remember the coaches talking about that and him falling on his threes if somebody's close to him.
3 for 3 at the line. Might as well have made it.
In fact, he tried it at the end of the second game we played him last year, and he didn't get the call.
Here's Tucker. It's back up to a 9-point lead. 39-30 as the teams exchange points here. Here's Cruz.
Good screen, good pass.
Good job. He fouled and he finishes. Jack Moore, good finish, but a great pass by Jared Cruz and a great screen up top by Henry to set him free on the drive. A lot of moving parts to that play, but it's beautiful basketball. The foul was the third whistled on Kendon Veenstra and Moore to the line. His first foul shot of the game on the way. And around and out, no good. Free throw shooting continues to be a problem for Oskaloosa in this game. Quickly is Pringle the other way. Leaves it for Kakmarinsky.
On the line.
Foot on the line. It's a 2. It is just a 2-pointer. Referee all over that.
Nice shot by Kakmarinsky.
Expanding his range a little bit.
Yes, he did.
The teams continue to trade baskets. Halfway through this third quarter, 4 minutes to play. 41-32. Here's Henry, another spin move. Tough finish with the left hand. Can't get it to go, but that's 4 on Veenstra.
And Cole might have got away with a walk there.
No, they're going to get jungling, and that should be his first, which saves the 4th foul on Veenstra, the big body down low. 3:59 to go in the third quarter, and Henry to the line for a couple. This is his 3rd trip to the line. He's 2 for 4. First one up, and good. And now he's in double figures with 10, with 9 rebounds to boot. And now that Osky going to get some more size in there with 6'10" Xavier Foster replacing Cruz for the time being.
And this is a big lineup. If you took Spencer Tucker out and put Henry in, your smallest guy would be 6'4".
That's in 2 for 2 for Henry. He's got 11, 41-34. Here's Jungling, guarded by Ryan Yates, who just re-entered. Yates had the most success defensively against Jungling in that first half. Hauersile on a switch, guarded by Henry. Moore now picking up Kakmarinsky. Here's Caleb Rosu's into the game. Jungling on the left wing, tries to get it inside to Flagel, tipped away by Foster, and here comes Moore. Moore 1-on-3, nowhere to go. And he's just going to kick it out and reset the offense. It's good work by Xavier Foster on the defensive side of things. As Tucker, well outside the three-point arc, gets it over to Henry.
Oskaloosa a little confused again, Xavier.
Who's the 4, who's the 5? I don't know if they know. As Henry again, a little shuffle of the feet. And they got Xavier. Now he goes into the paint, draws contact, late foul call, and he'll go to the line for a pair.
Way to take the ball to the rack, Xavier.
He shot a couple of threes in that first quarter. The clock's still moving. Not sure why. Clock is still moving. Clock is still moving. Still moving.
Clock's gone off 15 seconds here.
Foster makes the first. Second foul on Kakmarinsky. Yeah, you probably lost about 10 or 15 seconds there. I think the foul was about 3:04 or so. Foster 1 for 2. Jungling gets the rebound. He's got 3 points. 41-35, a 6-point lead. We'll see if that 15 seconds makes a difference because nobody caught it on the floor. Down low, here's Kakbarinsky working on Henry. Foster with the help defense, and he somehow gets it over both of them.
Yeah, he uses his body really well to back you down in. Even though Cole's got some inches on him, he's great using his body.
43-35, 8-point advantage for PC. Here's Foster trying to hit Tucker on a cut, and he does, and the layup.
Nice pass. We don't throw it to Spencer underneath very much, but it worked out that time.
His first 2 points of the game. Here's Hauersile on the left corner. Screen and a switch. Hauersile to Flagel. Over to Jungling, guarded by Yates. Inside of 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 43-37. Osky within 6. PC with the basketball. That loses it. And Yates gets the steal. Going the other way now. Gets it to Foster. Foster went for the dunk, was fouled by Flagel, and he's hurt.
Uh-oh.
Like one of those little stingers, you know, where you get a Charlie horse. Looked like he got him right on the bum with that one.
You know, we got a 6-point ball game here, Emery, and Oskaloosa can cut it down to 4.
Looks like he's okay. Just, you know how that goes. You get the bone-to-bone, or you get, you know, one of those muscles down in your lower body gets hit.
You know, defensively, Xavier is a huge difference sitting under there at 6'9", because even if they get that pick and roll or that screen and roll, he's sitting there waiting to block the shot.
And he's just standing there waiting for the shot.
He's a one-man zone under there.
He makes the first. Second foul shot on the way for Foster. It looks like he's okay. Makes them both. 5 in the game for him in terms of scoring. Just has 1 rebound, but he's affecting shots down low. 1:42 left here in the third quarter. 43-39, 4-point game. Hauersile outside, guarded by Moore. Over to Jungling. Down low to Kakbarinsky. He thought about the mid-range jumper, instead takes it in with the left hand. Tries to get it to Hauersile. He's got it. He drives, leaves it for Kak. Thought about it again. Instead gets it to Flagel and gets it back. Guarded by Henry. Drops it off a little. Oh, and Foster from behind gets the block, but Rosa cleans up the rebound on the backside. Kakbarinsky on the drive. Up. No good.
Affected that shot, too. The big fella standing under there is making a difference right now.
Bad pass underneath.
Yates tried to force it on the cutter through the lane. Not a bad look.
Oh, what a pass. And dangerous play.
Wow, Xavier going.
Man, he went high and he went hard.
He was going to swat that thing
to kingdom come.
Oh, my.
He's slow to get up, but he looks like he's okay.
They might have found that in the Pella gym.
They might have found that in outer space.
He was loading up, boy.
It was an excellent pump fake from Flagel. What great ball handling and a good pass from Jungling, but because he was just faking it, he doesn't get the shots. He's going to come off to his Foster. He's a little banged up, but the effort he just showed on the little 3-minute span he was in the game gives you an idea of what's to come with this young man. He picks up the foul. Here's Rosa mid-range, buries it. And time called by PC, a 30, 51.7 to go, 45-39, a 6-point lead. Osky will have it as Cruz came into the game for Foster. Doug, the excitement's real with this kid, but I think everybody wants to see him throw up 20 and 15 every single game, but that's just not realistic. He's not going to get the minutes yet because Coach Parker, I really do like just kind of easing him in the first few weeks of the season, but you could see when you put him out there for 2 or 3 minutes how much he does affect the basketball game.
He's been impressive tonight. I mean, this is the number 1 ranked team in the state, and he's holding his own. He's affected at least 4 shots on the defensive end, and he's put a few points on the board. So Xavier's doing what they need him to do, and he's only going to get better.
They come back out of the timeout. Yates will bring up the ball. It is Yates, Cruz, DeCock, Moore, and Henry. A lot of skill out there.
Jared needs the drop step and take it to the rack right there.
Here's Moore. He'll drive. Kicks it out. Tough pass. Henry couldn't handle it. 14 turnovers in the game for Oskaloosa by my count, which is, of course, unofficial, must remind you. 35 seconds left, and Pringle will walk it up. Jungling on the bench, getting his last breather of the game, you'd imagine. Pringle drives. Hauersile wants 3 right wing. That's short. Henry the rebound. He's got another double-double. My count, 11 and 10. Here's the Yates. Left wing, 19 seconds left. Oskaloosa could hold for one here. Here's Henry, top of the key, over to Cruz. Cruz, they're taking away the cutter now. Here's DeCock. 15-foot jump shot, short, but it rolls in.
He got away with a walk, maybe two, but nice job by Tanner knocking it down.
3 seconds. Pringle steps back, pump fake, up, double clutch off the mark, and Oskaloosa cuts the lead down to 4 as we'll head to the fourth quarter. 45-41, Oskaloosa by 4. Pella Christian by 4. Osky will look to try to make up the deficit when we return after this quick break on the Mahaska Zone Network. (45-41). It is Pella Christian by 4. Oskaloosa outscored PC 20-15. A good quarter for the Indians. There are some moments there that you wish you could have back, but the real difference maker in that quarter, I think, was a defensive adjustment that the Indians were able to make with the help of Xavier Foster.
Yeah, we gave up 11 points there. And other than that 20-point second quarter, we talked about it. Defense and rebounding is going to win the game. That's why we got back in the game right there.
Yeah, it was actually 20-15. Oskaloosa put up a 20 spot. PC 15. Yep. But still, that's much better than the 20 points PC scored in the second quarter. Here is Kakmarinsky. He's out there with Jungling. Vandermolen, who's got it. Howard's Island, Pringle. Vandermolen.
I really like this lineup.
A little up fake by Kakmarinsky, gets Cruz in the air, and he scores for 2. He's got 16. They're up by 6. Oskaloosa has been chipping away in the second half. Moore over to DeCock. DeCock with Yates, Moore, Henry, and Cruz. Henry, top of the key, over to Cruz, right wing, guarded by Vandermolen. Thought about trying to hit the cutter, instead thinks better of it. Over to Cruz. Now to Henry.
Boy, that's wide open through there. Somebody needs to cut through there.
Cruz is going to take it himself, lose the handle, get it back, go up. Can't quite get it to go, and Howard's gets the rebound. Here's Jungling. 7:05 to go in the fourth. Pella Christian looking to try to stave off the Oskaloosa rally. Vandermolen outside, over to Jungling, guarded closely by Yates. Not getting a lot of shots off with Yates guarding him. Little slip screen, and he's able to get back, does Yates. Now he shoots it over him. Not a good shot. The rebound pulled down by Moore. Moore in traffic, has it knocked away by Hauersile. Here is Pringle. Pringle an up fake, and he traveled. 8th turnover to Oskaloosa's 14. So Osky has been a little more careless with the basketball, but still within 6 here with 6:41 to go. Nearing the top of the 9 o'clock hour. We appreciate you for joining us. Ryan Yates guarded closely by Jungling, and they're going to get him for the little arm check.
So if you put your forearm on him,
that's also a foul.
They'll call that. We need Cruz to somehow up his point production here and get the ball.
He only has 4 points. If you're wondering, in the first game, he only scored 4 as well. That's a guy that should be scoring 15 to 20 a game for Oskaloosa.
That's right.
In a perfect world. Timeout full called by Oskaloosa. Coach Parker wants to talk about it. 6:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Pella Christian leads Oskaloosa's 47-41. We'll take a quick break and be back with more after this on the Mahaska Zone Network. (47-41). Pella Christian by 6. Oskaloosa with the basketball out of the timeout. And it'll be interesting to see what Coach Parker draws up. But overall, a competitive game. And for a team that a lot expect to make it back to state have a chance to win a state championship in Pella Christian in Class 2A. This is a really good early season test for Oskaloosa, and they're performing pretty well.
Well, we came in here tonight. We all said it. We'll see about Friday night. Well, I think we're seeing that Oskaloosa is for real. You know, they're hanging right here with a state championship contending team, a senior-laden team, and playing sophomores and freshmen and juniors. So Jack Moore's the only senior that's been on the court for Oskaloosa.
Here is Cruz outside, over to Yates. Yates finds Henry down low, working on Kakmarinsky. Goes up with the left hand and scores.
Nice job by Cole using his body to back Kakmarinsky in. Excellent job by Henry.
47-43, a 4-point lead for PC. They have it. Here's Vandermolen on the right wing. Looking to try to get it down low to Kakmarinsky. He'll just step out. Fakes the three. Free run to the hoop. Blocked from behind by Cruz, but they're going to get Henry for the foul on the body underneath. Cruz with a great recovery. It was good help by Henry, but unable to get away without getting a foul call. It's the third on Henry, and 2 shots coming for Kakmarinsky. They're 1-0. If you're wondering, they beat ADM 75-68 in their first game of the season, as the first free throw is good from Kak. Second foul shot up and good. 18 points in the game for Kakmarinsky. They lead it by 6. Here's Yates. Gets it to DeCock. DeCock between the leg dribble. Pulls it back out. Guarded by Vandermolen.
A lot of standing going on by the Oskaloosa offense right now. They're not sure.
Backdoor cut taken away by Kakmarinsky. A good steal.
The back cut was open there. He just needed to put a little air under it, and he threw a bullet right into Kakmarinsky's chest.
5:28 to go. Pringle going to take a baseline move. Leaves it short, and it's rebounded by DeCock. Over to Yates. Yates looking for Henry, but Kakmarinsky again. He's going to go all the way. Leaves it for Vandermolen. He lays it off the glass and misses the bunny. Ball loose. Pringle eventually gets it in travel on Jungling. That little shuffle step every time. Both teams, you can tell. I mean, if you didn't know any better, you would tell this is a first week of the season kind of game both of these teams have played.
Well, and you're right. We have to remember that, you know. Coach Henry talked about it getting into conference play so early in his conference. He goes, we're just getting the kinks out.
Here is Cruz outside the arc. Now he steps inside the arc, a little 10-footer, nothing but net. That's an easy money shot for Jared Cruz when he can find it.
That's what we need him to do.
Back within 4. I mean, this easily could be a 20-point game with the expectations for these two teams this season, but Oskaloosa playing right there, and it's still a ball game, 49-45. Vandermolen to Hauersile, swings it over to Pringle.
Now Henry needs to help on Kakmarinsky here.
Pringle, Vandermolen, back to Hauersile. Trying to go down low.
Oh, Jared with a good effort on the low side with the cutter.
Just got a little piece of him, according to the official underneath. At least it was the correct official making the call.
Yes, it was. Cole's guys, Vandermolen can score, but Cole can afford to play off him a little bit and make him shoot.
Cruz being real risky. Kicks it out to Jungling. Back to Kakmarinsky. Open 15-footer. Good. 20 for him and Jungling each.
40 out of their 45 points.
Tells you about this team. Here is Henry. Pella Christian crowd begging for a travel. Henry outside.
We're at a dangerous point right here for Oskaloosa. They need to answer.
Down 6. Here's Moore, left wing to the top to Henry, over to Cruz, right wing. Outside, this is DeCock. DeCock on the drive, stops, looks for contact, and they do give him the call.
Boy, he got bailed out on that one.
They do give him the call. It will be on Pringle. By my count, that's 1. We'll see. That's a 6th team foul. That's 2 actually on Pringle, my mistake. And DeCock to the line. He will be shooting 2. 3:51 remains. And the teams have been exchanging. Pella Christian at this point can't afford to trade baskets. Osky needs to chop into the lead. Around and out this time for DeCock. And by the way, I didn't say anything.
You did. Knock this one down, Tanner.
3 dribbles with his right hand. Shoots and good. So they do get one more on the board. 10 points in the game for DeCock. 3:48 and counting in this 4th quarter. Pella Christian 51, Oskaloosa 46 in the game. 5-point spread. Here's Pringle, tries to take Drac Moore off the dribble. Pump fake. Gets it back to Hauersile. Tucker falls down. Hauersile mid-range jumper long. Kakmarinsky with it. 4 jerseys around him. Pulls down the rebound. Shoots it. No good. And Cruz this time will clean it up.
It's a 1-on-4 here, Jared. Be careful.
He's going to back in, rise, and lay it in. Be careful about what?
Well, we said he needs to take over the game, and he's starting to do it.
The Oskaloosa crowd coming to life. Coach Hessing wants time.
Oh.
Oskaloosa getting fired up. 3:09 to go. Timeout. Pella Christian.
We got a good one here, Emery.
It is cooking up in here. It's a full timeout. We'll take a quick break. 51-48. Oskaloosa only down 3 in the later stages here on the Mahaska Zone Network. (51-48). Oskaloosa continues to try to narrow the gap. They were down by as many as 10 in the first half. We're down by 9 to begin the second half. We're down by 9 a couple of times in the third, but kept chipping away, and this is as close as they've had it since. 51-48. They're down 3. It is Pella Christian ball out of the timeout. They have Hauersile, Jungling, Kakmarinsky, Flagel, and Vandermolen.
So there's 2 players. Henry and Jack should be able to help out here.
Here's Vandermolen outside on the right wing.
Cutter.
They get it poked away by Jack Moore all the way down the floor, and Tucker couldn't quite reel it in. He tried to save it. Good hustle by Tucker. I'm not sure it's a play Tucker even goes after last year.
Yeah, Spencer working hard on the defensive end. Good job by Oskaloosa.
Rose is going to come in for Flagel. They just need somebody else who can handle the basketball.
If you're Pella Christian, this is Jungling time. Tanner's trying to hold him down, but we got to get through some screens here.
Hauersile left wing, gets it down. Kakmarinsky, good position. Lets Cruz fly by him and lays it in. 53-48. 2:40 to go. Still plenty of time. Osky does need to capitalize on their possessions, though. What an effort by Vandermolen. Keeps it in play. Still a race down there, and it's off of Vandermolen and Oskaloosa. What a hustle play by Vandermolen.
And that's Vandermolen's MO. He's like Nunakoven or Tanner for us. That's what he does. He gets down and does the dirty work.
That was an excellent effort play, and still almost came down with it on the other end. Tucker walks it up. Got to be sure of the basketball. Here is Henry. To Cruz.
Wants to take over offensively.
Lobs it up. Henry, great catch. Leaves it for DeCock. It goes through his hands. And then Jungling takes it away. He'll go all the way. Left-handed layup.
That hurt.
Quickly ahead is Tucker. 55-48. Just over 2 minutes to play. Tucker, double-teamed, fouled.
That's 7. 1-1 for the
Indians.
It is
1-1 for Tucker, who uncharacteristically missed 2 foul shots in the first half. It is the 3rd foul on Caleb Rosa. Tucker will go to the line. Oskaloosa down 7. Needs to capitalize, as mentioned. I can't say it enough with the 1-1. Got to score points when you have a chance, and got to get some stops now.
Well, you might look to sub in Nunakoven and go possession by possession here.
Haven't seen Nunakoven since he had that late first half issue. Couple of bad mistakes.
But we got to pick it up defensively right out of the hoop.
Tucker, 2 for 2. Yates will come in for him.
Might be a good time for a timeout for Oskaloosa to get set up their defense and what they want to do.
They're going to go without a timeout after Tucker goes 2 for 2 at the line. 2:02 to go in the fourth quarter. 55-50 is our score. You're listening to us on 99.5 FM, AM 740 KMZN, 104.9 FM KBOE, watching our live video stream on KBOEradio.com. Pella Christian with the basketball leading 55-50. Kakmarinsky spins in, runs over to Cox.
Charge, he got it.
It's a charge.
He is the master at getting those charges.
He just stood there and waited. And Kakmarinsky spun right into him. And for Kak, that's 3. No foul shots on an offensive foul. And Yates will dribble the ball up the floor.
They might need to help Yates. Jungling's really quick.
Here is Yates into the front court.
And he's overplaying him.
100 seconds left in the ball game. In regulation, at least. Here is Henry. Henry has it poked away. Still loose. Henry's got it. Crowd wants to travel. They don't call one. Yates has it back to Henry. And Osky somehow is able to stave the possession. Here is Cruz. Little right hook. Oh, that's pretty.
Little sky hook. That is a nice shot by Cruz.
Back down to 3. Oskaloosa calls a quick 30-second timeout after the made basket. Exactly what you said last time to set it up.
Nice.
They only have fulls, though, it appears, because the fulls timeout clock is running. You get 5 timeouts a game. 3 of them are fulls, and 2 of them are 30s. If you use both 30s, you have to take fulls. Both teams, right now, it's gut check time, jungling time, and for Oskaloosa, it's Jared Cruz time.
Well, I think if the ball gets into Flagel, if Flagel's hands or anybody other than Kakmarinsky are jungling, I'd look to foul. If Flagel's in there and he gets the ball, or Vandermolen, you foul them. And I would almost start right now. If Pella Christian's going to get, I would assume they're going to keep the ball in jungling's hands as much as they can.
They do award Oskaloosa a 30-second. They stop the clock after 30 seconds, so apparently they still did have a 30. They have a couple fulls left out of the timeout. As you mentioned, got to be watching all sorts of stuff.
So Vandermolen would be the guy you want to foul, number 22 right now. If he gets the ball, look to foul him. We only have 5 fouls, so we got 1 to give. We need to pick up the pressure.
Here is Yates, 1:10 left. It is still a 3-point game in favor of PC. Osky needs a stop, but with no shot clock, you got to guard closely, have to have high pressure, and I'm sure that's
working it.
I'm sure that's what Coach Parker, they're yelling at him to come even closer and get that 5 count going on Pringle.
And even
Pringle gets away from Moore, goes all the way, and he's going to get fouled. That is a foul to give.
Yeah, we needed to get rid of that. We got 50 seconds left here.
50.1 remaining. The foul is whistled on Jack Moore. That's his second. Foul trouble not really an issue for either side at the moment, as Coach Larry Hessing wants to talk it over.
Vandermolen gets the ball. I'm fouling him.
If you're wondering, Vandermolen in the first game of the season did find a way to score 10 points, and he was 2 for 2 at the foul line. But
so he's
that's
due to
not.
Miss.
I mean, if I say something, I'm sure.
What a great night here at Pella Christian. We got a heck of a ball game, and we thought we'd get a good one.
It is a good one, no doubt about that. The 30-second timeout, PC will have the ball outside of it. No more fouls to give, but that's a good thing for Oskaloosa. They got to make sure that everybody understands the situation. You need to try to get a 5-second call, get some traps, try to get a steal or a foul. You're down 3. Any made free throws, made baskets, it's a 2-possession game. Jungling, as usual, will inbound from underneath his own basket with 50.1 to go down this right hoop. Jungling looking for Kakmarinsky. Can't get it to him.
Tanner had to help. We got a mismatch underneath with Kakmarinsky.
Yep, Kakmarinsky's got DeCock underneath, and they're going to call Cruz on a foul on Hauersile.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's better than the easy 2 Kakmarinsky likely would have had if they would have found him.
Right, or sending Jungling to the line.
Third foul, they're giving it on Cruz. His third, 7th team foul to the 1-and-1. Hauersile has not shot a free throw this season. First one up and good.
Looked good on that one.
He's a senior, I mentioned. He hit some big shots in that state tournament run they had. Him and Alex Pringle were big difference makers when it counted most, and he's looking to make it a 5-point game here. And it's in and out, no good. Rebound Henry. Osky's got to go quick.
Don't rush. You got time. Down 4. You can go for 2 here still.
40 seconds to go. Here's Cruz.
There's a cutter.
They get it to Henry underneath, knocked away, but they get, that's a tough foul on Pringle.
Yeah, he swatted down at it, but you're right.
And it is on him.
Most of the time when you're coming down with a hack, they're going to call that.
Although from our vantage point, clearly nothing but orange.
Yeah.
Nunakoven into the game. He's going to be in for rebounding purposes.
So here's your possession thing. Nunakoven in for defense and also to foul.
Henry, front of the 1-and-1 coming up. Good. 14, that's a team high, along with 11 rebounds. He is now 5 for 7 at the line. Second one upcoming. It's good. Good free throws there by Henry, and Osky needs some defense. 31 seconds to go, down 2, 56-54. You got to get him in the front court. You got to do something, but you don't want to foul number 5 who's got the ball. That's Jungling.
5 seconds. Uh-oh.
Here's Hauersile, and Nunnekoven will indeed foul him.
That was my first major blurt out of the year.
It was close to 5 seconds, but Doug, he couldn't wait.
I apologize, everybody out there.
All right, 2 shots for Hauersile. Front end of the 1-and-1. No good. Rebound Henry.
Timeout.
Here they come.
Oskaloosa.
14 seconds to go. Timeout. Ryan Parker with 12.7 to go.
All right, do you insert Spencer Tucker back into the game for a potential game-winning 3, or do you look for Henry on that roll cut off the free throw line?
Okay, so here's what I do. If you're wondering, I don't try to break it down much, but you have to have Tucker out there for spacing at least. I'm not shooting the 3. I'll be honest with you. I feel good about going an extra period if I need to. I'm looking for Cruz on a cut or Henry on a cut. They've both shown the ability to finish over these smaller players down low. And if I'm Coach Parker, I'm drawing something up to get that cutter across, and I'm going to give myself 3 or 4 seconds to spare just in case it's a miss.
Yep, I agree with you. You shoot the ball with about 6 seconds. You tell everybody, go to the boards. You got to go hard, try to get that second shot back up. But Cruz has been wanting the ball here in the fourth quarter, so you got options. That's the nice thing about this team. Jack Moore's going to be back in there, so you got your scorers out there.
56-54, 13 seconds to go. It is Yates, Tucker, Moore, Henry, and DeCock. Offensively for Oskaloosa, 12.7 to be exact on the clock. Yates to inbound. Get it to Tucker. Tucker dribbles to the top of the key. Back to Yates, 9 seconds. Looking for a cut. Here comes Henry, back door, cut, makes it! 3.1 left, and the game is tied.
And there it was, a nice backdoor cut, a nice play set up by the Indians there. I thought we could have got a foul on a push there.
All right, full timeout, Pella Christian. They want to reset. 56 all. Oskaloosa finally ties the game with 3 seconds to go. The timing was perfect. The cut was perfect. The pass from Yates was perfect. And Henry the finish. And that's 19 for Henry on my count. Is that what you got?
I've been yelling on the broadcast.
It might be 17, it might be 19. I'm sorry. We don't have official stats. We're trying our best. Please forgive us.
And that's for me, too. I got carried away there, folks. This is quite a game tonight.
It's a good way to start our year.
Oh, my.
Osky's got to bounce back and play Knoxville tomorrow at home as well. 3.7. They add 6/10 on the clock after the made basket. Oski comes out, Cruz, Henry, Nunnekoven, Yates, and DeCock. No fouls, though, because then you'd send him to the line.
You want to at least make Jungling have to zigzag back and forth up the court.
The clock is not set.
There he goes.
It's Jungling, and they call another timeout.
What was the time before they
they did run the clock, though. They have one of those fancy scoreboards where you can have 2 things running at a time. So even though we were only seeing the timeout clock running that they accidentally restarted, they did run off about the second and a half that needed to be run when Jungling made the catch in the half court. This is a good play. You have another timeout. They still have 1 timeout. You get the ball now in a position where you can actually make a pass on the inbound to somebody who can catch and shoot without having to make a complete 180 to the basket.
Now, I mentioned it earlier. Watch for Jungling and watch for him trying to draw the foul on the jump shot. He'll kick his feet out a little bit or he'll fall down. So that's something to look for right here. And hopefully, if there's no contact, the referees don't call it.
We'll see. It's been a fantastic game. 22 for Jungling, 22 for Kakmarinsky. Of the 56, they've gotten 44 of it.
So they got Kakmarinsky throwing the ball in. He's going to throw the ball in, and he's going to cut straight to the basket. They're probably going to run him off 2 screens right here and hope they got enough time.
They make it 3.2. They only take 0.7 of a second off the clock on the catch and the timeout. They have Foster, the 6'10 body, guarding.
Henry and Cruz need to stay home. They need to just stay home.
There's Jungling. He drives, pulls back, shot, no good. We're going to overtime. Good defense by Ryan Yates.
Yes, sir. That away, Ryan.
Excellent pass by Kakmarinski. They got their man, but Yates all over Jungling, couldn't get the shot to fall. 56 all, and we'll go to an extra session. We'll take a quick break, be back with it after this on the Mahaska Zone Network. (56-56). 4 minutes on the clock for overtime. Oskaloosa's got the momentum, and it took them 16 minutes of game time, but eventually made up a 9-point halftime deficit. And what a way to get this season started on the road.
Yeah, what 4 quarters there. We're going an extra 4 minutes here.
56-56. The game is tied. Henry and Vandermolen to jump. And it's Vandermolen who wins the jump. Jungling's got it. We'll see how each team plays this overtime. Vandermolen, Hauersile, Kakmarinski underneath. Blocked by Cruz from behind, but they're going to say there's some body on the back. And 2 shots will come for Kakmarinski, who's got 22 in the game.
And Jared's got it. Jack and Cole both did a good job that time on the backside help. He's got to realize they're there with their hands up and not swat over the top.
First free throw is good from Kakmarinski. He's got 23, 3 for 3 at the line. 4th foul on Cruz. Osky has 2 timeouts, just 1 for Pella Christian. You get 1 timeout per overtime period. All right, 3:50 to go. 58-56 PC. Here's Moore. Over to Henry. Over to Cruz on the right wing. DeCock, catch and shoot, top of the key, 3. That's short, but he gets his own board. And runs it down in the right wing. Gets it back to the top, and they'll reset with Tucker. Over to Moore. Henry at the top of the key. Over to Cruz once again to reset the entire set. Now Cruz going to come into the paint. Turns, fires. Tough shot, no good. Rebound loose. Foul's going to be called. And
Jack, don't raise your hand up.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even know what team it was on, but it was on Moore. And that's a good call. The other player in maroon down there was Jared Cruz, and if they would have said 42, that's game for him. He's hitting the showers. Now that's 4 on Moore, though. In game, that's a heads-up play by Moore. If they were wondering.
If he knew that, yeah, that is a heads-up play.
Hauersile makes the first. Hauersile missed 2 clutch free throws that would have put PC away. Now they're talking about something. Whatever it is, it's inconsequential. And Hauersile will have another shot. Double bonus for PC. Osky still having to shoot 1-on-1s if they're fouled away from the shot. Second foul shot, no good. Rebound, Henry. By my count, that is 13 boards. 3-point lead for PC, 59-56, 3:12 to go in overtime. Here is Tucker. Thought about the long 3, instead gets it to Moore. Moore to Cruz. Cruz to Tucker, guarded by Hauersile. He's got long, lanky arms.
They just switched Jungling off of Tucker and put Hauersile on him.
Now they switch back. Jared Cruz attacks and scores. 12 in the game for Cruz, most of which occurring late in the game. 2:45 to go in overtime, 59-58. PC by 1. Jungling gets a screen, gets it over to Pringle, top of the key. Over to Hauersile on the right wing. Trying to get it down low. He gets it to Kakmarinski, but they're going to call a foul, and it's going to either be on Moore or Cruz, and whoever it is, they're done.
It's Cruz.
It is. So for Cruz, that's it. 5 fouls. It'll be Yates to enter for him. He'll get a good hand. And that's the kind of Jared Cruz that we need to see if Oskaloosa is going to have himself a banner season. The junior comes off having scored 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal, and affecting the game in many other ways. Kakmarinski makes the first free throw. You want to know something? David Kakmarinski was missed by this team last year. Imagine if they would have had him.
Yeah, what they finished?
Third. They finished third without him. Second foul shot, good.
Yep, he's the second Piston.
That is 26 in the game for him. Here's Tucker over to Yates in the left wing. 2.5 to go. 61-58. Henry wants three top of the key. In and out. Moore, a good rebound, goes back up.
And one.
And he scores with the foul. All right, so he's in double figures with 10. He's got 7 rebounds to go along with it. 9th team foul. They want to talk about the foul and what's going on. We're waiting to kind of figure out what exactly the discussion is. I don't know if they know who the foul was on. Now they're going to talk about it. The net number has not flashed up. The scorer's table's trying to figure out who the foul was on. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know either. He was screened by another player from our view.
They're giving it to Hauersile. That's 2 on him. 61-60 and Moore at the line to shoot one. A chance to tie the game. Foul shot up. Good. He's got 11. 61 all with 2:20 to go. Overtime. Here is Jungling in the front court. What a way to start Little Hawkeye Conference season. Vandermolen looking for Jungling. A late pass, but he's able to grab it and score it.
Boy, he had the curl cut there. Tanner just about knocked the ball off his leg, but he got control of it.
2 minutes left in the overtime period. Halfway through it, it's a 2-point lead. Yates wants three top of the key. Nope. Rebound pulled down by Kakmarinsky. That's just his 3rd rebound.
That's all right, though. That's a good shot. We got to take that shot.
Absolutely. Yates is a good shooter from outside. Doesn't take too many shots, but he is a good shooter. 100 seconds left in overtime. 63-61. Pella Christian with the lead and the ball. Here's Jungling. Jungling on the dribble, lost the handle, gets it back, gets it to Kakmarinsky. Being patient now are the Eagles, looking to try to extend it to a 2-possession game for the first time in OT. Kakmarinsky on the drive, 2 guys around him, and 3-second violation.
Good help defense by Jack over there. Oskaloosa likes to force the ball handler to the baseline, and that's exactly what they do. They trap him on the baseline. It's like another defender there. Jack did a great job at that.
1:15 to go in overtime, 63-61. Osky down 2 with the basketball. Moore dribbles to the middle, gets it over to DeCock, who will give it to Tucker. Tucker way outside, 25 feet outside. No good. Hauersile the rebound.
Whoa.
It's a gutsy shot, but that's his game.
Oskaloosa still with 2 timeouts, 63-61.
Gotta pressure up here. Here's Pringle guarded by Moore. He can't foul. He's got 4. 45 seconds to go. Henry nearly had a pick and would have gone all the way for a layup, but they got a piece of the body, and 2 shots are going to come up for Kakmarinsky. 4th foul on Henry. For the most part, despite having an extra session, Oskaloosa's done a good job staying out of foul trouble, as has PC. And now, again, Hauersile, we mentioned, had 2 foul shots he missed, which could have given PC the game. Instead, Kakmarinsky looking to try to avoid the same fate, but he misses this one.
So Oskaloosa 2 points down, 45 seconds. They're still right in the game here.
Yep, no matter what, it's a 1-possession game if they get the rebound. Second one is good. 64-61, a 3-point lead for PC.
Osky might need to use their timeout and set something up here.
Here's Tucker. He's going to go on the drive, working on Jungling. Kind of out of control.
Timeout. Good timeout.
Yeah, he was being closely guarded. Tucker just trying to do a little too much. But Coach Parker's got a couple timeouts to burn. He'll take one of them here. 35.9 left. It'll be a full, but we'll keep it here. 64-61. Now, my question to you is, I don't know about a second overtime period with a lot of my guys in foul trouble. I'm thinking if I have a chance to win this game, I need to win it. But that requires me trying to get this game tied. You've designed a play for a 3-point shot from Tucker. He's not on. He has 4 points. He only made 1 made basket in this game and missed 2 free throws. That's kind of what I'm leaning that direction, but I'm not sold yet.
Well, Pella Christian's overplaying the curl cuts and the cutters big time right now. What I do is I set the screen. The screener pops out, which might be Henry or Moore, and they shoot the ball, maybe get a 3-pointer off of that. So I would look at the screener to pop out, then take the shot.
There's a lot of guys that can make that shot, too. It doesn't even have to be Spencer Tucker. Although, what are your thoughts quickly on the 25-foot heave?
That's not a good shot.
All right, 64-61. This is an overtime period. Oskaloosa battled back from 9 down in the second half to force OT. They have the ball down 3, 64-61, 36 seconds to go. Here's Yates to Henry. He thought about the 3. Now he'll take the 3. Yes!
Wow.
Knocks it down.
There it was. He came off that screen.
24 seconds left, tie game, and PC now with the ball in their hands with a chance to win the game.
Jungling here. Tanner's got him one-on-one, but we're going to have to help.
Kakmarinsky's got it. 14 left. 64 all. PC trying to win the game here. Here's Pringle, guarded by Moore. 8 seconds. Here's Jungling. He sees the clock. 5 seconds. Working on DeCock. All the way. Runs over him. And can't get the roll. Moore at the horn. Can't quite get it to go. We're going to 2 OTs.
I have got to give the referees credit that they did not end this game on that foul. What could have been a foul.
It was a lot of contact. That was way more than the regulation shot over Yates. Whoa. I'll tell you that.
Oskaloosa catches a break.
You want to talk about wiping sweat off the brow? I think Coach Parker is saying, all right, I think we're O to call at this point. 64 all as we head to the second OT. We'll take a quick break, have second overtime. Tied at 64 here on the Mahaska Zone Network. All right, so, both teams score 8 points in the first OT. We have second overtime. And the tap won again by PC. It is Hauerzile, Jungling, Pringle, Kakmarinsky, Vandermolen on the floor for the Eagles. For Oskaloosa, it is Tucker, Moore, DeCock, Henry, and Yates. A lot of guys with foul trouble, though, for Oskaloosa, so we're going to have to watch that story as it develops.
Oskaloosa has switched Jack Moore over on Kakmarinsky. 2 physical players there.
Moore has 4, though. And he tries to get the steal.
Jump ball.
It's a jump ball. Ossie's got it. Excellent play by Moore.
I like this. Jack Moore is physical. He's a linebacker. Kakmarinsky's a linebacker. Let's get it on.
Kakmarinsky kind of asking about some physicality that he probably hasn't seen in this game. A little bit of half-hearted three-quarter court pressure here for the Eagles. 3.5 to go in this second overtime. 64-64. Cole Henry with the game-tying 3. Here's Tucker for 3, short, but a good rebound by Tanner DeCock. Crashing that offensive glass. They get it to Yates. It's not there for Tucker right now.
No, he's off tonight, but he can't stop looking.
Here's Henry. Nice find. He finds Moore, lays it in.
Nice job, Cole Henry. Patience on that.
First lead for Oskaloosa since the beginning of the game. They lead at 66-64, 3 minutes left in the second overtime. Pringle outside, looking inside. Moore's going to get called for a reach before the shot. It'll be 2 shots, and if my numbers are right, that's 5.
Uh-oh.
That's the risk you run by having him down there. Oh, they only have him for 3. I don't know where I got 4 from the last time, but okay then. Never mind. I'm a liar. Kakmarinsky. Hey, by the way, did I not mention a missed free throw potentially costing a team? Well, guess what? Kakmarinsky missed one of his free throws the last time he was down on the floor shooting. And guess what? That kept it a one-possession game, and Henry hit the 3. He's 2 for 2 here, though, and he's got 20.
Need help. Come back to the ball.
He's got 29 in the game, does Kakmarinsky. Yates in the backcourt.
I like this.
Back to Tucker. 2:50 to go in the second OT. 66-66. Here's Tucker. Over to Yates. Yates has space. Top of the key for 3. Yes! Yes, sir.
He's got to keep shooting them.
3 ball from Yates gives Osky their biggest lead, 69-66 since the first quarter. Pringle wants to answer for 3. Way short. And they're going to get Jack Moore with the foul as he and Kakmarinsky were battling underneath.
Kakmarinsky released. Jack's fit. We talked about he's physical. Now he's got to be smart.
That is 4 on Jack.
That's 5.
No, that's 5. Somebody messed up all sorts of things.
Yeah, the board was off too. So.
Yeah. I thought 3 did not sound right to me. All right, so Tucker Nunnekoven, an equally physical guy, a little bit shorter though, will come into the game. I don't know if he'll draw Kakmarinsky, but
well, I think he's about the only one, unless you put Henry over on Kakmarinsky. But Nunnekoven's physical, but he gives up, 30 pounds.
2 for 2 at the line. He's got 31, does Kakmarinsky. Here is Spencer Tucker. Also Nunnekoven, not the offensive player that Jack Moore is. Yates, top of the keys, got it. The sophomore surveying. Tough pass, but Tucker gets it, steps into a 3 left wing. Yes! Jungling put himself out of the play, and Osky up by 4. 72-68, 2:05 to go. Still plenty of time, and again.
Boy, they are getting really picky down here on defense on Kakmarinsky.
Nunnekoven doing all he can.
But we'll trade 3s for 2s.
All day long at this point. Second foul on Nunnekoven. Hasn't played really at all in the second half. Did not have a good span toward the end of the second quarter. In and out from Kakmarinsky this time. He's been great at the line, though. He's 11 for 13.
I like Coach Parker's substitution here. Put Foster a more offensive threat in the game. Keep Nunnekoven ready to put him back on defense.
Offense for defense substitution, as Doug mentioned. Xavier Foster has entered. Second shot up. Kakmarinsky makes the second. He's got 32.
Okay, Oskaloosa has two timeouts, 72-69. If they get in trouble, they need to use one of those timeouts.
Up by 3, 72-69 with 1:55 to go. Here is Henry. Outside the arc, guarded by Kakmarinsky. Over to DeCock. Digs out a low pass. Over to Tucker. He'll dribble to the top. Guarded closely by Jungling. Now he goes to the rack. Gets it to Xavier.
Get it out of there, Spencer. Get it out of there.
And he'll pull it back out to the top with 1:36 left.
We're in no hurry.
A little lob to the top of the key. This is Henry. Over to DeCock. Free throw line jumper, just long. Tipped and rebounded by Yates on the tip from Foster. Wow. 1:20 to go. 3-point game. Osky with a 3-point lead and the basketball. Tucker picked up the dribble, gets it to Henry. Henry faces up on the left elbow. Tries to get it to Xavier. Tough pass, but he gets it back. Fires for 3.
Good timeout.
Good timeout as he missed a 3 that he was going to take. Just kind of rough shot. Great timeout by Coach Parker, and it's a full. Oh, my. 1:07 to go. 72-69. Oskaloosa with a 3-point lead and the basketball miraculously on this possession. We'll keep it right here. All right, so how are you feeling?
I'll tell you what. I'm worn out. I feel like I played a football game up here. I know I'm not being very professional here, but I'm also learning. So I'll quit waving my arms and fists.
Nobody can see you, Doug. Nobody can see you.
I think
you're giving yourself away.
I think the guy right next to me can see me. Oh, man, what a game tonight. What a game.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. Being professional is one thing, but the kind of emotion we've seen in this game and how close it's been in the second overtime here, I think it's okay, Doug. You get my blessing to learn on the fly here.
All right, I appreciate that.
Just don't scream over the top of me. That's all I ask.
It's been a long time for Oskaloosa basketball to be in a situation like this.
Second overtime, 72-69. Osky by 3. They have the ball. Same 5 out there. Henry, Yates, DeCock, Foster, Tucker. Yates to inbound. Gets it to DeCock, guarded by Caleb Rosa. He's going to get it into the middle and leave it for Tucker. Tucker dribbling around. 1 minute now left to go in the second OT.
Run it out here.
Well, they can try, but you got to watch out for the 5-second call. Tucker goes all the way, tries to lay it up. No good, and that's going to be a foul on Yates.
And that's okay. That's 2 shots. It's not that bad a deal.
They're actually saying it's on Tucker. I don't think that's right. Even if it's not right, of little consequence, Yates and Tucker both only had 1 foul each. And Howard's out at the line. These are big ones just to keep his team in the game. He was shooting with his team ahead last time. Now he's trying to shoot to keep his team ahead.
Okay, so by doing this, the Oskaloosa, I think, I don't know, they put in a quicker player to maybe run clock.
No good. Hauerzile misses the second, 72-70. Osky by 2. Here's Tucker in the front court.
Oskaloosa still with the timeout.
Gets it to Henry. Yeah, and they're just going to take their time. They're just going to look for the best possible shot or wait for a foul. To the top, here's Henry. Oh, what a behind-the-back dribble to Tucker. Tucker finding Henry. He's open with 30 seconds left, guarded by Pringle. Puts it on the deck, gets it back to Tucker, way outside.
Who we want shooting the ball.
Can't get a 5-second call, though. Hauerzile closely guarding Yates. Gets it to DeCock, rather. Back to Yates, and there's a foul on DeCock with 16 seconds left. And DeCock will shoot 2. And DeCock, much like his old man, looking at the bench saying, I got this. I got this. Is that what you were doing at this age? Looking at the bench saying, don't worry about me.
I remember getting booed out of Pella, and I pointed at the scoreboard.
Well, that's nice. First free throw from DeCock rolls in. 11 in the game for him, a quiet 11, but it's been big. Foster replaces Nunnekoven, and now it's more defense for offense with Xavier. They need to adjust the score. It is 73-70. The scoreboard says 74-70. They've given Oskaloosa what would be the second free throw if DeCock makes it, but right now, as it stands, it's just 73-70, so we'll see if anybody catches that on the scoreboard.
They're trying to jinx him by doing that. That's not fair. Throwing that extra point up there already. Oh, my.
Or they just messed up, and when he makes another one, it'll be a 5-point game all of a sudden.
I got to shout out.
They fixed it.
Shout out to Tanner's uncle, the Flatlander out in western Kansas, listening in tonight. We got people all around the country again joining Oskaloosa basketball.
I got a text from Matt Sable. He said, yes, absolutely, he was doing that, referring to you, looking at the bench saying, oh, I got this. I got this. He gets it from his old man. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree in the DeCock clan. All right, so he gets a shot here. Oskaloosa's not going to have anybody rebounding on the offensive glass. Everybody's going to set up defensively. PC taking their time getting out of the timeout as they need to set up a scoring play as well, as Oskaloosa one free throw and 16 seconds away.
I think I would put Nunnekoven back in for defense here. I'm not sure why we got Spencer Tucker in the game.
Free throws on a rebound, maybe? I'm not sure. Here's DeCock looking to make it a two-possession game. On the way? Yep. My goodness. Ice in his veins.
Get him, Tanner. Get him.
Jungling picks it up. 15 seconds. They're going to need some points quickly. Here's Kakmarinsky, top of the key. He wants 3. Way short. It'll go Rosa out of bounds. Oskaloosa's got it with 8.3 to go in a 4-point game.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And now Nunnekoven comes back in.
He's got good wheels if he's got to break to the ball. We got to break to the ball and get the ball in. We got a timeout.
Henry gets Tucker, who's fouled. 6.8. Wow.
Well, it's been a long time, Emery. I can't believe it.
Wow.
What a game. We got to knock him down.
Can you believe this, though? With the adversity, a 32-point game from David Kakmarinsky along with 29 from Jungling. 24 from Jungling.
Okay, good.
First one is good from Tucker.
I would put Tucker, Nunnekoven back in for Spencer if he makes the free throw.
6.8 left. Second one, good. 9 points for Tucker.
There you go.
6 seconds, 5 seconds. They need 6 points quickly. Jungling from 27, no good. And that's it. Oski's won, 76-70, and the crowd storms the floor in Pella Christian.
Wow, what a scene here for the Indians. 2 in a row. They've won at Pella Christian. That's a 2-game winning streak for the Indians.
PC, after having themselves a 9-point halftime lead, a 10-point lead in the first half, the teams went back and forth for much of that third and fourth quarter, but Oskaloosa chipping away, eventually got themselves situated.
Oh my goodness, one of the best high school basketball games I have witnessed.
Final score, Oskaloosa 76, Pella Christian 70 in double overtime. Oskaloosa scores 20 points in the 2 OT periods, which equates to 1 quarter of time on the floor. And good free throw shooting, Tucker and DeCock Good three-point shooting by Ryan Yates and Cole Henry, which got the lead built up or took the lead away from PC. And if you look back from Larry Hessing's point of view, Graham Howersile missing 2 free throws at the end of regulation, which could have helped you put it away. David Kakbarinsky missed a couple of big free throws late as well. That makes a huge difference in this game, but Oskaloosa perseveres. They wait it out, and they pull off what has to be called a huge upset here at Pella Christian High School.
It was unbelievable, Emory. And once again, we're talking about freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and 1 senior going against 5 seniors for Pella Christian, and a state team 2 years in a row. So Oskaloosa showed composure when it got late. They still ran their offense. They found a good shot. Other than the helter-skelter moment in the second quarter, they played a pretty good ball game here. A really good ball game.
An unbelievable finish, an unbelievable ending to what was a fantastic basketball game. Final score in double overtime. Oskaloosa wins 76-70. We'll take a break, come back with a post-game show after this on the Mahaska Zone Network. Welcome back. Post-game show. What a game. Double overtime. Oskaloosa wins 76-70, and I'm joined by Victoria's head coach of Oskaloosa, Ryan Parker. Coach, thanks so much for joining us after the win. Okay, so what are you thinking right now?
Wow, my guys battled. Extremely proud of my team, extremely proud of their resilience. The last minute of first half, we weren't very good, and we went from down 4 to down 10 and down 9 at halftime. And they came out, and our biggest message at halftime was, you just can't get pushed to 15 right away or else we're in trouble. And we came out and battled from the get-go. We were down 4 or 5 in the fourth and just kept battling. And Cole Henry, Ryan Yates, Tanner DeCock. I mean, those are key figures, but it was a team effort. I mean, there wasn't a guy that just didn't contribute.
Third quarter, one of the things that was interesting was when Xavier Foster got his little 3-minute run. He absolutely changed the game on the defensive end of the floor. And at the same time, you were able to battle with guys like Jack Moore starting to get some buckets. Cole Henry and Jared Cruz, especially late, had some big buckets. But talk about Foster tonight. When he was in there, he was making a big difference defensively especially.
Well, he's long. And we told him late in the second half, maybe not in the third quarter, but just stand there. Don't jump. Don't contest. You just stand there and make them shoot it over you. And that's a big thing. Xavier's learning. He's 14 years old. You probably heard me 25 times say that. But he's learning, and he's learning on the fly at one of the hardest positions on the floor, the post, against a really good player in Kak Marinsky tonight. Man, our team battled. Extremely proud. That's a good PC team. And for us to make a statement to the little Hawkeye to come in their place 2 years in a row and beat them, that's huge for our program.
And they're at full strength now.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. 32 points from David Kakmarinsky, 24 for Jungling. They had their night tonight. They got theirs. Your team, though, as balanced as it gets, you had 4 guys in double figures. You had a 5th guy in Tucker who just missed double figures. But it was shots, and different guys making shots. Jack Moore had a couple of big plays. Jared Cruz dominated late. Tucker hit a big shot, made free throws down the stretch. DeCock made free throws down the stretch. Big threes from both Henry and Ryan Yates. Yes. If there's one guy that stands out to you tonight, I know it's a team game, team effort, but you're still trying to figure out this team. You're trying to learn what you have here. What guy really stood out to you tonight?
It is a team thing. I can't really point to one. We got some young kids playing for us that are really having great start of the year. Cole Henry had 23 and 13 against Fairfield, and then tonight has 22 and 13.
That's what I have at least.
Big buckets down the stretch, somebody we go to when we need a bucket. Jack Moore was good again tonight, dunked on somebody down there. We're coming together now. It's a long season. We can't be happy and satisfied with this. Let's ride this for about 5 hours because we got Knoxville tomorrow afternoon. So,
and that's a challenge as well. So that was my next question: is how do you kind of rein in what is for all these kids the best basketball game they've ever played in, the most important win they've ever had, and now you have another game less than 24 hours away.
Maybe ride it a little bit, ride the emotion a little bit, play a little bit more emotional instead of just keeping it close to the vest. Be interesting to see how we respond tomorrow. It's a good Knoxville team, a senior-laden Knoxville team.
Well, Coach, I'll get you out of here. Congratulations on the win, and we'll be catching up with you again soon.
Man, that little Hawkeye's tough.
It is tough. We'll take a break, come back, wrap things up after this on the Mahaska Zone Network. Welcome back in. Final score in double overtime, 76-70. Oskaloosa pulls out the win in their first game tonight. Oskaloosa's girls fell by a score of 66-45 to Pella Christian, the 9th-ranked team in the state. Overall tonight, a very good first half for Osky's girls. One whale of a second game with the boys. What are the thoughts that you have coming away from tonight's action?
Well, in the girls' game, I think they can take some positives away from that. We play Knoxville tomorrow, girl-boy doubleheader again, so they can go in there with a little bit of confidence the way they played tonight. The boys' game, incredible. I just don't know what to say about our youngsters and the way they executed in crunch time. It was really something to see tonight.
Doug, I'm excited to do this season with you. It's going to be one heck of a time, but I think you did real good tonight, man. For all the emotion that was in the game, it was fantastic to see how your face was changing throughout the broadcast, but we hope that you enjoyed this one. Of course, you can go back and rewatch all the magical moments by going to our website, kboeradio.com, and checking it all out online with the high-definition stream. I'd like to thank the entire crew, our camera operators, Dino Landucci, Dan Witkowski, our director, George Henry, our executive Rick Watts, Doug Hoskins of MCG for helping us getting going, Kenny Jones back in the Mahaska Zone Network studios making sure all the radio stuff went well, and of course my partner Doug DeCock. We'll have more action for you tomorrow. The Oskaloosa basketball game will be happening in the Osky Gymnasium, but we are actually going to be doing a wrestling tournament, the Montezuma Invitational in Montezuma. Several area schools are going to be there, and we'll be videoing that as well. You can check out the high-definition video by going to kboeradio.com. Our coverage, Brett Sams and I, will be going on right around 9:45, and the whole crew will be there as well tomorrow morning. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Once again, the final score of the boys' game in double overtime, 76-70, and on the girls' side, 66-45, the Indians fall to PC. For everyone and my partner, Doug DeCock at the Mahaska Zone Network, this is Emery Songer signing off for the Mahaska Zone Network. Have a great weekend.
This has been Oskaloosa basketball on the Mahaska Zone Network. 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN, 104.9 FM KBOE, and all over the world at kboeradio.com and radiokmzn.com. Oskaloosa boys and girls basketball versus Pella Christian has been presented by Mahaska, Fairway Stores, Mahaska Drug, Brown Shoe Fit, The Satellite Guy, Craig Ford, Penn Central Mall, Bank Iowa, Wendell Campbell State Farm Insurance, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Pella Regional Health Center, Slumberland Furniture, GD&T Financial Services, Pella Printing, Community First Credit Union, Gardner Collier Jewelry, Robert Ald Investments, Lighton State Bank, Musco, William Penn University, Fred's Muffler Shop, Dr. Tom Bowie, Clow Valve Company, Oskaloosa Area Chamber and Development Group, Bruxford's Decorating Center, and Van Gorp's Used Auto Parts. This has been Oskaloosa taking on Pella Christian in boys and girls basketball on 99.5 FM, AM 740 KMZN, 104.9 FM KBOE, and all over the world at kboeradio.com and radiokmzn.com. This has been a production of the Mahaska Zone Network.